This is Lecture 2.1, Departmental Sales on Account and Sales Returns and Allowances. This is found on page 34 of your book. So what we need to talk about today is journalizing sales on account. So on June 1st, sold audio equipment on account to Kim Electronics $280 plus sales tax $23.10 for a total of $303.10, sales invoice number 101. You guys have done this a lot of different times. But here's your sales journal. You guys have done this more in a general journal and, written both of your accounts, top to bottom. But, again, this is using your sales journal just like we used your purchases journal in the last chapter. So we will, in our sales journal, write the date, June 1st. Then we're going to write our customer name, Kim Electronics, write the sales invoice number, 101. Okay, then we need to figure out these accounts again. Now, if you look at it, you sold audio equipment for $280. Okay, so the sale was $280. Okay, so make sure that you put these in the right columns, because if you don't read this carefully and really think about it, you will get all three of these numbers wrong. Okay, so the sale was $280. The tax was $23.10, and the entire amount you're waiting to receive is $303.10. Okay, you're not waiting to receive $280 but made a sale for $303.10, right? Okay, so make sure that you're looking at this correctly. Okay, posting from a sales journal to the accounts receivable ledger, we will write the date, so we need to get our Kim Electronics ledger open. So June 1st, then we won't write anything in the item because we have that here. The second step is to write the sales journal page S6, sales 6, enter the debit amount, $303.10, and then create our new balance. There is nothing prior to this, so our balance would be $303.10, and then remember to put your customer number back in the post reference of your sales journal. Posting from a sales journal to a general ledger account. If we're looking for this sales total, we need to go into our accounts receivable, put the date, the 30th. Post reference would be S6 for sales 6. The debit amount would be $19,836.50. That would come from your accounts receivable debit. Your total would go here. Debit plus a debit will give you $38,1870. And then make sure to put your account number back in to your accounts receivable debit with parentheses at the bottom. On June 5th, we granted credit to Kim Electronics for audio equipment returned $130 plus sales tax $1073 from sales invoice number 101 totaling $147.73. Credit memo number 43. We will write our date. Enter the accounts to be debited. We know that you need to debit your sales tax payable and your sales returns and allowances because we need to credit our accounts receivable. This tells you right there, granted credit to Kim's Electronics because we have returned those. So because we were thinking we were waiting for money on her, we need to go ahead and credit that back out. And our sales tax payable and return will be debited. When we're done with that, that's all you need to do for this journalizing a return and allowance. Then when we post from a general journal, you guys know how to do this, you've done it a lot of different times, but things that I want to point out, again, are your date. Your journal number page would be G6. Your debit amounts would go here. Okay, your credit amounts would go where you need those, and then your account numbers, make sure that you're bringing those account numbers back in. Remember, if there's a slash between accounts receivable and the person's name, that you need both your accounts receivable post reference number and your Kim Electronics or the person account number here.